What's up, my dudes? Welcome back. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another video. Before I get into this video, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for future notifications if you like my content. So appreciate you guys all being here and joining me again. So in this video, I've been asked about this quite a few times, and I was actually interested myself. So in this video, I'm going to be going over two niche fragrances that are in the same line. They are Creed Aventus and Creed Aventus Cologne. I have worn these for the last few weeks. I've been testing them out, and I'm going to let you know the differences between the Aventus Cologne and the Aventus, as well as which one is better. So without further ado, cue the intro and let's get it.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah.
Alright, so welcome back and thanks for joining me. I'm going to get right into it here. So again, we are going to be comparing Aventus, the original Creed Aventus, to Aventus Cologne. I got these both from Nordstrom, these samples, and I do not take buying niche fragrances, especially the king of fragrances, Creed, lightly. So I was testing these two out for the last month to let you know and let myself know which fragrance I would be purchasing a full bottle of. Again, I don't take a $400 purchase lightly. It's probably $300 on discounters, but I know which one I'm going to choose, but I'll let you guys know that at the end. So I'm going to talk about the original Creed Aventus first. So it's advertised as a fruity, sweet, smoky, and woody fragrance. And that is pretty much what you get. So the main notes you get from the original Creed Aventus are pineapple, bergamot, blackcurrant, birch, musk, ambergris, and vanilla. So in the opening, you obviously get that Creed Aventus. I'm going to make sure I smell it here. You get what it's known for, which is that beautiful pineapple. It's one of the most natural, high quality notes that I've ever smelled in a fragrance, and for the next 20 years, it's not going to change. It's going to always be a very high quality note. Then you get some of that bergamot behind it, giving it a bit of a citrusy feel. And then you also get two sweeteners that are also a bit fruity, which is the blackcurrant and the apple, lending a bit of greenness, a bit of fruitiness, and a bit of sweetness in the opening. But really, those are background nuances, with the pineapple being the main player. You also get a supporting note in the background of a bit of musk, as well as a bit of smoke in there as well. Once you get through the mid into the dry down, that birch really comes up. I don't really get much of the rose or the patchouli or anything like that. You get that birch, and then as you get closer to the dry down, that's when the musk really starts to come up. And then you get this ambergris, ambroxan, amber woody type take with that birch, that musk, and the ambroxan mixing in, or ambergris, whichever you might say. And then you get a little bit of this vanilla, adding like a sweet creaminess to it as well. It's a very nice dry down. I love the difference between the opening and dry down because it's almost like you have two different fragrances, and it is fantastic. That's why Creed is one of the most known fragrances out there, one of the most popular, and has such a huge following. Creed Aventus is a great fragrance. Alright, so now we're going to get into the one that we're comparing to the Creed Aventus, and that is Aventus Cologne. It's advertised as a citrus, woody, warm, musky fragrance, a bit different from the advertising for the original Aventus, which adds those fruity and sweet notes. The main notes that you get from the Aventus Cologne are mandarin orange, ginger, pink pepper, vetiver, musk, birch, and tonka bean. So this fragrance opens up with that mandarin orange. It's sweet, it's citrusy, it has a bit of a green tinge, mixed with that ginger and pink pepper, which give it like a fresh spiciness. It's really good. It's still very similar to Aventus. If you took Aventus and you dialed back that sweet and fruitiness, and you added in some fresh spiciness and almost like a bit of fuzzy or fizziness to it as well. Once you get through the mid here, you get some of that vetiver, giving it a bit of that smoke, but that's really in the background. And then you get to the dry down, you get that muskiness. It's a little bit more musky than the original. You get that birch. It's still similar to the birch in the original. And then you get that tonka bean and a bit of styrax, which is like the benzoin, that give it that warmth, that resinous feeling. And it's a creamy vanilla, which again, is very similar to the original Aventus that has the vanilla in it, but this is a little bit more pronounced. As far as the performance, you get about 8 to 12 hours on Aventus depending on how you're wearing it, where you're wearing it, what you're doing while you're wearing it. So I say 8 to 12 hours with Aventus at about double arm's length, so it has a moderately high projection. As far as Aventus Cologne, it has a bit less projection. I'd say 8 to 9 hours at max. But still a very good projector. I'd say, again, moderate to moderate high. To me, it has the better dry down, but again, it's debatable. And I'm going to let you guys know my favorite of the two is Aventus Cologne. I think it takes the best of both worlds. I like the opening and the dry down better in Aventus Cologne, although I would say that I could probably say that the original Aventus probably is still going to be more mass appealing. It's just to my nose, and the fact that I like sweeter fragrances. The way that I like sweeter fragrances with that vanilla and stuff is the reason I like Aventus Cologne the most, and the reason I'm going to pick it up over the Aventus. Although I do want to mention they're not extremely different. There's still a lot of similarities there. It's just that there's a few nuances that I spoke about. So with that said, let me know what you guys think below. Have you tried both Aventus and Aventus Cologne? And if you have, which one is your favorite? So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Thanks again for joining me.